What words would you use to describe your career to date?
Wow, what words would I use to describe my career? I think I've been very fortunate to be a part of some great teams. I've played with some great players, and I guess ultimately been successful in a lot of it. I think within that, I think every top player, regardless of the sport, is never truly satisfied with what they've done. You know, I've had some amazing moments, club, country, and so on, but you know, I do want more. So happy, but not satisfied.
What do you remember about your debut for Saracens? Can you remember the date and the game?
Yeah, so I guess my official debut was the LV Cup game. If I recall correctly, it was Cardiff at home. And again, I remember being so nervous before the game. I think we had guys in the team like Moritz Botha, I think maybe Ernst Joubert may have played that game. So we had, some well-established Saracens players in the squad. And again, it was a great experience. I was super nervous beforehand, but once we got playing, once we, started running around, it was just rugby, and I had the support of my teammates, and it was brilliant. I did play a Saracens game before. That was a pre-season game. We played against Rotherham Titans, or I think that's what they're called, and I must have been about 17 or so, and Rotherham are known for having a big gnarly pack, and I remember, and obviously in rugby, a lot of it is posturising. You don't want to give an inch, especially as a forward, especially as a young forward back then. And one of these Rotherham forwards, he must have been, I don't know, 40 years old or something. Was being a little bit leery, and I pushed him. And when I pushed him, he barely did it. He pretty much didn't move. Then he pushed me back, and I just felt like a hole in my chest as he pushed me. So I then went to go at him again, but fortunate for me, I had some of my teammates, Justin Melk, who was a big, tough South African guy, was right behind me, grabbed him by the shirt, and, that was, I guess, my introduction into senior rugby. When I first started playing rugby, it wasn't club rugby that, I saw on TV and got me interested. I was watching England play in the Six Nations. I was watching, you might have even been playing then, back in 2008, 2007, watching England play in the Six Nations. That's what gave me excitement. So the lure and the potential of playing for England has always been part of my aspirations.
And eventually you got there. What do you remember of your England debut?
Yeah, I remember it very well. I came off the bench in Rome against Italy. I think my first involvement was a scrum, and it was a bit of a surreal moment because everything in my life from when I started playing rugby to that moment was to put myself in that position. I remember being on the field, running on the field for the first time. I was like, I now have an England number. I'm now an England international. And, no matter what I do or anyone says or whatever, no one can now take that away from me. But again, once you hit there, that's when the hard work starts again.
You're still a young man at 28, but is legacy important to you?
I want to have impact. I do want to have impact. I want to have a positive impact on the people that I touch, the people that I'm engaged in. Is it important to me? I don't know, but I want to have a positive impact. I want to be an example to the younger version of me who started playing rugby at 11 years old and didn't see too many people like me playing, and I want to be a great example for those that follow, and perhaps those who are who before me as well.